Hello everybody, I'm the Trailbox Gamer. Welcome back to Minecraft. Last time, I almost kind of left on a cliffhanger about stories of my experiences with my field that I live across from. There's not many stories with it because one, it kind of blends into the background after a certain amount of time. It's like, yeah, it's there, but it's like not a constant thing that really makes you worry, unless it's late at night. Then that's a whole different story. Now, I could think of maybe 2, 3 stories that pop up in my head. One actually just happened recently, so, yeah. So, usually the premise with these is that my dog had to go to the bathroom. I had to take her out because, if I don't, that's just going to be a mess to clean up later. And something weird happens. Now, my golden rule is that if she don't react, it's nothing to worry about. 9 times out of 10, though, she does react, and I'm very positive she's doing it just to scare me because, well, it's a pattern. It's really a pattern. Last night, I think, maybe it's the other night, I'm not entirely sure, because, again, insomnia's kicking me pretty badly, is that we're outside. I'm waiting for her to go to the bathroom so we could go in. It's like 2 a.m. I'm out in the dark. There's like one street light that illuminates my whole block and nothing else, so you can imagine how dark it gets. And I swear to you, I hear someone say hello in a very quiet voice, like in a very soft, quiet voice. Granted, with how soft it was, it could have been a cat meowing. That's how soft it was. And my thoughts were like, oh no, what's saying hello? What made that sound? But then I look, she's calm. Trying to take a dump, but still calm. That's my grounding point for not freaking out. Like, look, if it were somebody, she'd be barking up a storm. She would alert me to someone's presence. If it were a cat, she'd still be barking up a storm because she don't like cats too much. For the most part, like 9 times out of 10, she don't like cats. She was good with Sassy. Every other cat, kinda nah. But Sassy, yeah. So, I'm standing there, almost in complete darkness, heard a voice that said hello, or maybe a cat that went meow just a little too human-like, because you see that kinda happens, and it's like, just hurry up, I wanna go inside, I wanna be safe, I don't wanna be out in the open. I always keep my eye towards the field because I have look, I know that if anybody comes from anywhere, they'd be coming from the field. If anything creepy comes from any place, it's gotta be the field. It can't be anywhere else. I'm not gonna get jumped by someone, like, coming from the street. No, I'm gonna get jumped from the dude that emerges from the field. Like, I see the scary movies. I know what's going down. I'm prepared, and you know what? I always think that maybe if I just keep staring, they won't jump me, so I'm just, like, standing there, waiting, staring into the dark abyss that is a cherry tree field, hoping she finishes. It's like you're so fast during the day. You go to the bathroom so quickly during the day. Yet here we are at the dead of night. And here you are, not going quickly. Dog, please. Do you not know what horror movies are? We see them every now and then. You see what happens to the people in the horror movies, dog. I'm pretty sure you love me enough not to have that happen to me. Or are you really betting that I'm the main character? That I won't die first? Because, hun, please. Just because I'm the main character doesn't mean bad things aren't gonna happen to me. So let's wrap this up. I'd really rather not survive a horror movie scenario right outside my house. So, every time she finishes up, usually after minutes of just being in the cold and dark, I'm ready just to go in, but I don't want to just turn my back on the field. I just, like, slowly back up, because, again, I figure that if I keep my eyes on the field, nothing's gonna happen. To be fair, in my defense, nothing has happened, but that could either mean that A, Anthony, there's nothing there to worry about, stop being paranoid, or B, Oh, I was right. There was something there to be worried about. I just kept myself safe with very basic survival instincts. I'm thinking it's more A than B, because let's be real, it probably is more A than B, if anything. A part of me doesn't know whether it's worse if it's a person or some paranormal activity kind of thing, because with paranormal activity, I feel like you have good excuse to be fearing the unknown, but when it's a person, it's like, why is that dude just out there in the middle of night? I don't know his reason for being out in the middle of the night in a field. Okay, maybe that's the owner, maybe they're working or something, but typically I figure you do that during the day where you could see. And usually you would have like a light source, and you know, if they just pop out of the field with no light source, it's like, how are you looking around? Are you some sort of skinwalker, Wendigo type thing? I ain't dealing with that. Look at me, I deal with a lot of things. I don't want to deal with that kind of noise. I am in no mood to deal with that kind of beef. I'm not stew for the beef, my friend. Go someplace else. And I'm gonna need more dirt, which, honestly, I didn't think I was gonna need much dirt, but here we are. Getting back to the whole why I prefer it's paranormal stuff versus people stuff. One time I was walking my dog at night because, again, she gets restless. Sometimes she gets a little restless. Like, during the day, we either forget to take her out for a walk, or, you know, we do take her out for a walk, but she gets like that burst of energy late at night. It's like, okay, another walk. So I took her out for a walk. It was me, my mom, my stepdad. We go out walking. We usually go down to like a block away towards the railroad, because that's usually good enough for her to get her energy out. We're turning around, we're heading home, and out of nowhere, we see on the opposite end of the street this other dude that was walking. Now, that might not sound too bad. After all, we're walking at night. That's nothing too weird. People walk at night sometimes. It's just, Champagne wasn't barking at this dude. She usually does bark at people when she sees them. Not out of aggression, but out like she wants to meet them. She's all like, hey, hi, I want to meet ya. I don't know how to get that message across without sounding like I'm warning ya. Trust me, I'm not warning ya. I just want to be your friend. Please come here and pet me, or something like that. However, she was deadly silent with this dude, and that ran the biggest red flag in my head, because it's like, oh, why ain't she doing that? Why is she just keeping an eye on this guy like he's a threat? Like he's different, like, you know, like he's a problem. I don't like this too much, because this isn't how she usually acts. So we're going home, we're heading home, we're a block away, we don't have to worry about anything, you know, in theory, because we're just a block away. It's not that big of a distance. We go down our block, we're walking, and this guy follows. Okay, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe he just has to go this way too. You know, maybe he'd do something to show that he's not a threat, like maybe pull out a phone, talk to someone, say, hey, I'll be home soon, just turn it down the block, you know, something to indicate that he's not a creep, just anything, really. And maybe he's socially awkward, too, because let's face it, I'm just as socially awkward. Maybe I'm just trying to let these people go home, and then I could walk normally, because, oh boy, I don't like people too much, and I get it sometimes. You don't want to go too fast, because that makes you look creepy, but if you go too slow, that even gives more to the creepy vibe. So, I get it. I really do. But it ain't helping me in this case, because I'm not the guy that's walking past a bunch of people. I'm the people walking past, or walking in front of this guy. So there we are, heading home. He's going down the same path. Not liking it too much. Champagne's still not barking. Again, if she only barked once, just slightly, just like, roof, roof, or, you know, hey, I see ya, do something like that, then I feel a lot more calmer. That tells me that, hey, he's like everyone else. He's just chill. He's just trying to go home, but no. He's just walking slowly behind us. On the opposite street, too. I think at one point, he actually got on our side of the road. Which, if we didn't have a red flag before, we kind of got a bigger one then. I like to blame horror movies for our paranoia. There. I said it. I didn't say it at the time, but I said it. I like to blame horror movies for our paranoia. Because I figure if we weren't too keen on watching them, we wouldn't be getting this kind of paranoid about some dude just walking. But it's the fact that Champagne's not barking that's really setting us off, not the fact that this dude's just walking. Like, why ain't she barking is the major question. That goes against everything she usually does. So here we are, about home. We finally get home. We notice that the dude finally crosses the street. Which, fine by us, the thing is he tries disappearing into the trees, which gave us another ick. Which is actually kind of funny because we do have a security system, and then when we went inside, we checked said security system to see what he was doing. The only reason why we knew he went into the trees is because when we got in, we checked our cameras and we didn't see him, which gave us kind of like, wait, why didn't he pop up? Is he a ghost? Were we being followed by a ghost? Until we saw him like just creeping into this like cherry trees, and we're like, oh, nope, there he is. That's still weird, but at least he's human, like, you know, we could fight a human. So we get home, nothing really happens after that. We kind of brush it like it's just a weird dude walking, like, I get that. Sometimes I walk at night, usually by myself. Not around this time, though. I usually pick, like, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., like, in the a.m.s just to get my walk out. It's usually because when I do so, the world is so peaceful. There's no cars, there's no, like, people, there's, like, just tranquility. Like, the absence of people. Could be lonely at times, don't get me wrong, the noise, the lack of noise does get unnerving, but for the brief moment of it being nice and peaceful, it's nice. Granted, my city isn't that dangerous, so I can't do that. I don't advise you to do that if your city is, you know, dangerous. So if you live in a very dangerous place, always keep protection. The fact that my home is so safe sometimes, I will look dangerous in the eye and walk past them without realizing it until a few moments later, because one time I was walking home. It was late. This wild dog just passed me by. Or, not wild dog, this lost dog just passed me by. I'm walking past him. It's a big dog. It ain't that small of a dog. It's like a good-sized dog that if it got aggressive on you, you better either have something on you, you better be able to run faster than the dog, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, good luck being faster than the dog. Now, a golden rule is that you never turn your back on an animal. Ever. Because that's like saying, hey, you're open to get attacked. What do I do? What do I do? This is the first mistake I made. First thing is I got the dog's attention. Because when I saw it passing me by, I told it, hey, go home. Your family's gonna miss you in the morning. Go home. I don't care how, just go. And while you're at it, get out of the street. I've seen too many animals get, you know, deep six by this street. Too many crazy drivers. Just go. My neighbor, bless her, but she takes in way too many cats. She loves animals. She just tries to take care of them, but she gets way too many cats. And 9 times out of 10, some of them just end up casualties on the road near our house because people speed by. And you know what? Some people actively try to run over her pets, and it's like, I really don't like people like you. You know what? Yeah, I really don't like people like you. I don't think people should be treated nicely for doing stuff like that. But to avoid a whole rant on that whole subject, let's continue on. So, I tell the dog, go home, get out of the street, and then I walk off. turning my back on said dog. And then it took me a moment to realize I don't know this dog. For all I know, it could be a vicious dog. I don't think it's a vicious dog because it didn't show any signs of aggression, but at the same time, yeah, I really want to assume that, so I hear the pitter-patter of its paws. I look behind me to see what's going on because I just realized my very big mistake right there. And I see this dog just walking off, all cutesy. Saw it, like, turn down an area, go towards the house, and it's like, oh, wow, huh, cool. But listen, good dog. But the whole way back home, I was very much scolding myself. I was like, why did you do all of that? You are lucky. You are very lucky that it was a good dog. If it were like a rabid dog or a vicious dog, you be pretty much hurt by now. Have this be a lesson. Remember, keep an eye on the dogs. If they're vicious, get out of the Dutch. Don't talk to them. And that's the only thing, because honestly, if I see a person while I'm walking, even during the day, I kind of give them a wide berth. It's like, yeah, I see ya. Get out of my bed. I see ya. It's just, I don't want to be disrespectful. It's just I get nervous when I walk by people for some reason. I don't know why. It happens. It happens, and it's like, I don't like it, but I have to live with it. Now, another story about the field, because I know I talked about that earlier and just kind of went away from it for just a bit. So, this one time, I don't know when it was, I think it might have been just before Halloween. The perfect time for some creepy stuff going on. The absolute perfect time for something creepy to happen. And I see this tree. Anna gave me a correct way to pronounce it from the first time we saw this. But despite her, I'm just gonna keep saying it wrong. Because I know it probably gets under her skin. You know what, I might say it wrong just to further bother her. It's acoustia. It's acoustic. Anna, it's acoustic. The wood is acoustic. I could already hear her comments right now. I predict angry grumbling with the proper way of pronouncing it again. Just more aggressive. Anyway, back to the story because that kind of distracted me for a moment. So, me and my stepdad were outside, it's late at night. I think we're setting up Halloween decorations or something like that. And we hear somebody talking from the field. Now, if it were just me, I could say it's just my imagination. But it's not just me, it's my stepdad too. So, two parties hear the same noise. We're not sure who it is, we can't see the person, but they're hollering. We can't hear what they're hollering, just that, hi Piggy! Oh, he came up to me, he wanted to be friends. Thankfully I'm peaceful, I won't attack him. Yet. But we hear the guy hollering something, saying something, like, how do I say, it's like, hollering is the best thing, it's just like, it sounds loud, but not screaming loud. I don't even think hollering would be a good, like, way to describe it. It was definitely loud, but it wasn't, like, yelling loud. It was, like, talking loud. Coming from, like, the field. We couldn't see who this guy was. We can't see where he was coming from. It's like, you hear that too, right? You hear that too? I'm not hearing things. That is definitely a person saying something. I just can't make out what they're saying, and that's like, giving me some bad vibes. Look, I'll be the first one to admit that. Yeah, you know, maybe I just read too many horror stories. Maybe I just get way into creepypasta. Maybe I just listen a little too much about those skinwalkers and Wendigo stories out there. But hearing it in real life, it's like, if that's a person, what are they doing? If it's not a person, what are they? I'm positive it's a person. Because what are the chances? What are the chances of it being some paranormal thing out there? That's my question. What are the chances that it is? It's zip. It's zip to none. I only say it's zip to none and not none at all because, unfortunately, the one time we ever had any paranormal activity, which I don't know if it counts as paranormal activity, was that when my stepdad and my best friend got to see a UFO, and I didn't. I'll get to that story after we're done with this story. But anyway, my dad, he gets a little aggro with the voice, like calling them out, like, hey, why are you making that loud noise at the dead of night? And I'm standing there thinking, dude, getting their attention ain't probably the best idea. He kind of realizes that. And all the horror movies that we watch just flood back in, and he's all like, oh, I made a mistake by doing that. The voice is now quiet. Either A, we scared it off, which I hope that's the case, or B, it's observing us now. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I know something's probably not out there, but you ever get that feeling like something's just watching you from the dark, and it's like making your hair stand on end? It's like, I don't like this. We're done outside for the time being. Can we go inside? Well, we're not done outside, but yeah, you know, it's late, it's getting dark, we can't see much, we have to use a flashlight. I think it's better if we just, you know, hang up decorations at, you know, daytime, when this don't happen, when, you know, scary stuff like this never seems to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, scary stuff does happen during the daytime, just not this level of scary. Like, the amount of scary stuff that happens during the daytime is rational scary. This is irrational scary. Like, I don't know what's going on, it's freaking me out. I say we go in, lock the door, and, you know, keep ourselves safe from whatever ghosty things are out there. So we went inside, checked the cameras, because that's usually what I go to when something creepy goes on. Nothing. And I'm like, you heard something, right? I heard something. You heard something, right? It's like, yeah, I heard something. You heard it. Like, we both heard something, Anthony. Like, creeps. We're surrounded by creeps. And you know what? Fair. I can't accept that. Maybe it's just some dude who is getting a kick out of scaring people, but don't mean I have to like it. Anyway, that story with my stepdad and my best friend, how they saw a UFO and I didn't, and out of all of these guys, I would be the biggest one to love this moment. Because between the two, I'm the biggest fan when it comes to paranormal, UFOs, that kind of stuff. This would have been like the crowning thing that I would have ever seen in my life. Like, finally getting to see a UFO. That's awesome! The thing is that this happened when I was during my early years in college. And at the time, I was stressed out greatly because I wasn't regulating myself on relaxing and doing my work. I was just focused on the work, which got me stressed out, which got me sick a lot of the times. So, at the time, I was trying to get some sleep because I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I, again, got myself sick for overthinking like a test or something like that. They woke me up. They told me they saw a UFO. Now, imagine, like, you're already stressed, and the one thing that you would love seeing gets saw by someone else other than you. Like, it just, like, kinda got, like, not say got on my nerves, but it kinda kicked me while I was already down, so, like, I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. That really sounds awesome, but I'm still not feeling too good to really care. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't show that I didn't care. I groaned. I was like, really? The one time it happened, and figures, whatever. I think I might put a crafting table nearby so I don't have to... Oh, no, I have one right here. Just put it, like, right there so I don't have to go back and forth. Anyway, I was pretty much not in a good mood. I hate that they got to see it and I didn't get to see it. I asked, did you guys take any pictures? Did you get a chance to record it for later down the line? And they're like, no, it kind of happened off like very fast. I was like, yeah, you know what? Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Because you can't really, like, honestly, whenever it comes out to like a UFO sighting, I'm a little skeptical on how you managed to get some, like, the footage if you weren't planning it, or, you know, those ghost videos. Like, how did you get something, like, how did you know to record right here? Now, if you said, oh, we heard this place was haunted, or, hey, we heard this place had, like, UFO sightings, and that's why we went to record, I would be like, okay, I could believe that. But usually, when they're just, like, recording mundane, everyday kind of things, it's like, why did you feel the need to record right here, right now? That's my question. Like, did something prompt you to do it? Did you just found it through a security camera? Because honestly, I get it. Nanny cams exist. You need to keep an eye on your children. That kind of, like, I get those. It's just sometimes when it's mundane or they don't have, like, a kid, it's like, why did you feel the need to record this? Like, did you feel there was something wrong, or... It kind of makes me a little skeptical. So as much as I love the paranormal stuff, I do try to be a little skeptical when I see videos of it online, just because I'm pretty sure you're faking it. Don't get me wrong, I love to watch videos that I'm positive are 100% fake if, and only if, they could be believable. If it's obvious that they're not believable, I'm not going to enjoy it. Like, I'm not going to sit there and pretend, okay, yeah, this is definitely believable. Like, yeah, you got me. And it's like, no, it's like, it kind of ruined the immersion, my friend. Like, you kind of ruined it for me. Like, yeah, I will admit that, hey, maybe most of the videos I do see are fake, but at least they have that, maybe they aren't kind of vibe to them, you know? I remember there was this one video. I usually watch this YouTuber because it specialize in, top 10 ghost sightings or something like that. One video had me like, are you even trying? Because I think it was top 10 Huggy Wuggy sightings, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that's a video game character. The whole video could be summed up, it's either a filter or it was animated. Like, you're killing me here. You're kind of killing me. Just a little, like, I like your videos, I really do. Again, I will admit, they're probably fake, but I always have that, you know, that little bit of, hey, maybe it's not fake, maybe it's possible, because they do look kind of convincing sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. So when I see this, it's like, you are kind of insulting me here. Just slightly. I feel a little insulted, like, I don't know. Don't like this. Again, I don't want to be rude about it, it's just sometimes I just don't like when people do that. It's like, I know it ain't real. You can at least put a little more effort into it than insert horror game character here. Like, come on. I remember there was this one story, this one, like, video that I watched on YouTube. It, again, had, like, scary stories that you tell. I like the guy. I think it was 3 scary stories about camping or something like that. Something like that. Now, I like the guy who narrates it, but I hated the story. I absolutely hated the story. Because the basic of the story was that this couple, they said they're never going camping again, and I figured that's because something really scary happened, or something bad happened, or they ran into a scary dude. Guess why they don't want to go camping again? No, take a guess. I'll give you a second. Okay, I gave you a second. The reason why that they don't want to go camping again and they forbid their son from ever going camping was, get this, because they went camping and these dorks, these nerds, these dummies, they forgot to put up their food at the end of the night and attracted a bear to their camp. I thought this story was going to be like, oh, they ran into like a creepy dude in the forest or an alien or some monster, but no, it was their own stupidity. And it's like, why won't you go camping again after this event? This is on you, and we are at the end of the video. I can't continue this rant. I'll see you next time. Take care. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.